City Council bosses approved plans to build more than 500 new student flats in the Oxpens area at a committee meeting last week. Site owners, Student Castle, plan to demolish the Oxford Business Centre to make way for 3 5-storey blocks, which will include both residential and commercial opportunities.
This is very, very high quality accommodation, very heavily serviced, supported by staff, and they do provide a lot of amenity space where you can get food in cafes and so on, as well as the normal student accommodation. It's all en suite, and some of the units are for families or small families, as well as for single students.
With plans for only 12 parking spaces available on the development, there is very much a push for residents to cycle or use public transport. The flats will be available to any students on long courses, offering something a little different to conventional student housing.
And we do need more accommodation, particularly for postgraduates. The colleges can't accommodate all the postgraduate students which are being recruited by the university, which is why there's a real need for more accommodation. And I think Student Castle spotted the gap in the market and decided they would try and fill it. And from our point of view, it is good because all the accommodation is close to the city centre. It means that there'll be very few cars here. It's a car-free development. It'll be mainly bikes that will be used, and in that way it'll actually make it much easier for city centre living.
As well as 2 cafes, a laundrette and a small shop, the accommodation will boast a strong community feel with a terrace and green spaces by the river, a much welcome addition to the area.
Well, my impression from talking to people locally and more generally across the City Council stakeholder group is that people are very happy with the development. It's the right size, it fits in well with the rest of Oxpens, and it adds something to the city centre feel of this area as it develops over the next few years. So there's a strong support for it in its design and its content.
The development is part of the wider vision to transform the Oxpens area, which the City Council and Winfield College now own. Their master plan is to develop 500 houses, including both social and private renting, commercial and research activity, and a hotel.
Yes, we want to try and revive this area as a residential quarter, really. It always was. St Thomas's was a very big residential part of the city right back into the 19th century. So we're trying to recreate it now. I think the other thing to say, I suppose, is that from a City Council point of view, this is a very important first step in the development of Oxpens, and it sets the standard in terms of height, in terms of design, and in terms of feel for the area. And it's a sign of what we hope will be the final version of Oxpens in 2021.
As well as tapping into broader housing needs across the city, it's thought that the student flats development alone could provide more than 700 new jobs to the area. Charlotte Winfield for That's Oxfordshire.